Open your eyes. For the first few seconds, you don't remember where you are. The mattress beneath your back is less than an inch thick, resting on a cold steel slab. The air smells specific, a mix of damp concrete, stale body odor, and industrial floor wax. Then you hear it, the sound you will hear every day for the rest of your sentence. A mechanical buzzer, followed by the deafening clang of a heavy metal door sliding open. It hits you. You aren't in your bedroom. You aren't free. You are in a United States federal prison or a state penitentiary. Your name doesn't matter anymore. You are a Department of Corrections number. You are a statistic. It started with the bus ride, remember? The Con Air transport or the chain bus. Shackles on your ankles, a belly chain around your waist, cuffs digging into your wrists. The windows were caged, blurring the world outside. You sat shoulder to shoulder with 40 other men. Some looked terrified, staring at the floor. Others looked like sharks, scanning the seats for prey. When you hit the processing unit, R&D, they stripped away the last of your dignity. You stood naked in front of officers who looked at you like you were livestock. Lift your nuts, turn around, bend over, cough. Why? To make sure you aren't smuggling drugs or a weapon inside your own body. They took your clothes and handed you the uniform, the orange jumpsuit or the khakis or the blues, and on your feet, a pair of cheap slip-on canvas shoes, Bobos. Then that door slammed shut behind you. That sound stays in your nervous system. From that moment on, your time is not your own. It's 5 a.m., count time.
The guards, the COs, are coming. You have to jump off your rack and stand by the door. If you're asleep, if you move, if you're not visible, you mess up the count. And if the count is wrong, the entire facility goes on lockdown. You do not want to be the guy who makes 500 other violent men miss their breakfast. That is a quick way to get hurt. Breakfast. Let's talk about the chow hall. You grab a plastic tray and get in line. The food looks like it came out of a caulking gun. Powdered eggs that bounce when you drop them, gray sausage, coffee that tastes like hot, dirty water. But you eat it. You shovel it down fast, because in here, calories are fuel. If you get skinny, you look weak. If you look weak, you are a target. While you eat, you have to navigate the minefield. In a U.S. prison, everything is segregated. It's the unwritten law. The woods, whites, sit here. The kinfolk, blacks, sit there. The Sureños and Norteños, Hispanics, have their own tables. If you are Asian or other, you better find out where you fit in fast. Sitting at the wrong table isn't a mistake, it's an act of war. After chow, maybe you have a job. In the U.S. prison system, slavery is technically legal under the 13th Amendment as punishment for a crime. So you work. You mop floors, you scrub toilets, you work in the kitchen where you sew uniforms and Unicore. The pay? Maybe 12 cents an hour, maybe 40 cents if you're lucky. You work all day to make enough money to buy a single bag of chips, but that money is crucial because cash doesn't exist here. Here, the economy runs on the commissary.
Back in your cell, the house. It is 6 feet by 8 feet, a concrete bathroom that you sleep in. You are locked in here with another man, your cellie or bunkie. You don't know him. He could be a check fraudster, or he could be a double murderer serving life without parole. But now, you are closer to him than you ever were to your wife. The toilet is right there. No door, no curtain. When you have to go, you are 2 feet away from his head while he's trying to eat a honey bun or read a letter. There is a rule you must learn on day 1, the courtesy flush. You flush as soon as it hits the water. You cover the smell. You do not disrespect the air in the cell. Men have been stabbed over a bad smell. Afternoon, the doors pop for rec, the yard. This is the only time you see the sky without looking through a grate. But the yard isn't a playground, it's a chessboard. You see the groups, Over in the corner by the pull-up bars, that's the weight pile. In prison, fitness isn't a hobby, it's a survival requirement. Men are doing burpees until they vomit. They are lifting heavy iron bags. They are building armor. They want to be too big to fight. You walk the track, but keep your head on a swivel. Do not stare. In here, eye contact is aggression. It's called eye fucking. If you look at a man for more than 3 seconds, he will assume you want to fight him, or worse. So you look past people. You look through them. You have to watch your pockets. You have to watch your back, because there are weapons everywhere. A toothbrush sharpened on the concrete floor until it's a needle. A razor blade melted into the handle of a toothbrush. A lock in a sock. Violence in a U.S. prison is fast, silent, and brutal.
You learn the politics, the gangs, the Aryan Brotherhood, the Crips, the Bloods, the MS-13, the Mexican Mafia. Even if you aren't in a gang, you are affected by them. You might be neutral, but you still pay taxes. Protection isn't free. You might have to give up half your commissary just to sleep at night without getting jumped. The economy is fascinating. The gold standard is the soup, ramen noodles, followed by Macs, mackerel packets, and stamps. You can pay a guy to wash your clothes, draw a portrait of your daughter, or even tattoo your back, all for 20 soups. But never ever borrow what you can't pay back. Debt is the #1 cause of violence. If you gamble on sports and lose, you don't just lose money, you lose teeth. Evening, mail call. This is the lifeline. For 10 minutes, you aren't a convict. You're a father, a son, a husband. You hold a letter that smells like perfume or home. You read it until the paper wears thin. The phone calls are expensive, predatory rates, and every time you talk to your mom, a robotic voice interrupts. This call is from a federal correctional institution. It's a constant reminder that you are government property. Night falls, but prison never sleeps. The lights in the corridors stay on. It's never truly dark, and it's never quiet. You hear the sounds of hundreds of men in cages, coughing, farting, the flushing of toilets, arguments echoing off the concrete, and sometimes the sound of a grown man crying softly in his bunk because he realizes he will never see his children grow up. Suddenly, an alarm, a loud, buzzing siren that stops your heart. Lockdown! Lockdown! An incident. Someone got stabbed in C Block, or a riot kicked off in the chow hall.
The guards are screaming. You hear boots pounding the floor. You smell pepper spray drifting through the vents. It burns your throat. You have to retreat to your cell. The door slams. Now you wait. A lockdown can last hours, or it can last weeks. No showers, no hot food, just a brown bag with a bologna sandwich shoved through the slot in your door. No phone calls, no mail. You are stuck in that 6x8 box with your cellmate, 24 hours a day. This is where the boredom eats you alive. You count the cracks in the ceiling. You read the ingredients on a shampoo bottle 500 times. And if you were the one who caused the problem, or if you just looked at a guard the wrong way, welcome to the SHU, the Special Housing Unit, the hole, segregation. This is prison within prison. You are stripped. You are put in a cell by yourself, 23 hours a day locked in, 1 hour in a dog run, a small cage outside just to get fresh air. No human contact. The food is passed through a slot. The guard doesn't speak to you. The first 2 days, you are angry. You pace the floor like a tiger. By day 4, you sleep to pass the time. By day 10, the silence gets loud. You start talking to yourself. You start hallucinating. You forget what day it is. Is it Tuesday? Is it Sunday? The SHU breaks people. It takes your mind and twists it. When men come out of the hole after months, they are different. They flinch at loud noises. They can't handle a conversation.
Time moves differently inside. A day feels like a year, but a year goes by in a blur. You watch people change. Some find God. They carry a Bible or a Quran everywhere. Some become jailhouse lawyers, spending all day in the law library trying to find a loophole in their case. And some become institutionalized. This is the saddest part. They stop thinking about the outside. They get comfortable. They like the routine. They know the rules here. The outside world is scary. It's unpredictable. Here, they know who they are. They have respect here. Finally, if you're lucky, the day comes, your release date. You'd think you would be happy, but you feel sick. Your stomach is in knots. They give you your dress outs, the clothes you were wearing when you got arrested years ago. They don't fit right anymore. They smell like a storage locker. They hand you a bus ticket and a debit card with your gate money. The heavy steel door buzzes one last time. It opens. You step out. The sun is too bright. The colors are too vivid. The world is terrifyingly big. There are no walls. Cars are moving too fast. People are walking with their heads down, looking at phones. Technology you haven't seen in 5 years. You go into a grocery store and you panic. There are 50 types of cereal. In prison, you had one choice: eat or don't eat. Now the choices paralyze you. You walk down the street and you still walk like an inmate, one arm swinging, one hand checking your waist. You scan the perimeter. You sit with your back to the wall in restaurants. You don't look people in the eye, or you look too hard. People say you served your time. They say you paid your debt to society, but you know the truth. The prison stays with you. At night, in your comfortable bed at home, you will wake up sweating, waiting for the count, waiting for the flashlight in your face. You are physically free, but a part of you is still back there in the concrete box, listening for the sound of the key turning in the lock. That is what it's like to be in a United States prison.